Hi, I'm Kat, and today I'm showing you how to make this miniature haunted dollhouse. Hope you enjoy. I used no polymer clay in this tutorial, just some of the items you see here: cardstock, paper, a red coffee stirrer, 4 clothing tags, and some of the wooden coffee stirrers as well. As with all of my tutorials, the first thing I do is to start with a sketch that's approximately the size of the item that I'm making. This one's a little smaller. And then in the recording, I'm actually doing like some outside details, but I had to skip that until I do the interior next week. So sorry about that. I sketched in the windows, the blinds, the doors, everything. And then I used those little templates that I made to trace out on cardstock life-size versions of the same pieces. And then I used a little polymer clay, and this is the only time I use polymer clay, to hold them in place on the table so I can see what they would look like in 3D. And you can use tracing paper for this, but I don't have any on hand. So I just made my own tracing paper by transferring the pattern. Just draw it again with the pen, flip it over on top of the cardstock, and then press down on it so that you have a pattern that's been traced onto the other side. And then I cut out all the windows and doors and was certain to reserve all of the door and window cutouts because I will use them later for window and door frames. I painted the inside of the dollhouse because that just makes it easier, and then I glued all the pieces together, traced the bottom, and then cut out the bottom shape so that I had all 3 rooms. And then I made 3 each of all of the pieces, so 9 pieces total, but I'm only showing you 6. For the bottom 6, I just went on ahead and made the pattern, painted the floor, whatever I wanted the floor to look like on the inside. And I will be doing the inside furnishing for these in the next video, or maybe the video after that. And then just to add a little more stability, I added another sheet of cardstock at the bottom, and then on that one I extended it out to make the bottom porch. And then I added another sheet in an L shape to make the top balcony too. And because I like to paint as I go, I went on ahead and made a wooden look for this. Black streaky paint followed by brown streaky paint. And then the bay window was just another little bit of cardstock that I folded into thirds and cut out the rectangles for the windows. Now I'm using snow text for texture, and you can find this in any craft store. But if you don't have this on hand or you don't want to purchase it, glue with craft sand mixed in will do just as well. So I just applied some of the snow text to my dollhouse for a stucco type appearance. And once it was dry, I decided on the paint color. And because I wanted this to be kind of a dark kind of house, I went on ahead and went with a gray. Even though it's kind of a light gray, I dirtied it up later. And then here's where I used my window cutouts and door cutouts. I made frames by tracing around them onto pieces of paper, and then I painted them in black and white or whatever other colors that you want in this case. And you just have to glue those in place now. Finally, for the bottom, to add a little more stability, I used the coffee stirrer sticks, well, one of them, and I created the foundation. And then for the rooftop, this is the pattern. It is made with the very top piece that I used for the roof, but a little smaller. And then for either side, you just want to make that same thing, but keep the straight cut on one side going. Then you can fold those pieces up. And I had to add an extra little piece here because my roof was a little, there was a little gap in place. And then just paint the entire thing. I used the clothing tags for the balcony and the front porch railing. but I used the entire clothing tag, so I'm just using the straight part for the railing, but I use the ends for everything else. And you can just glue those onto a piece of cardstock and then just glue them onto your balcony, your porch, and on the rooftop. You can paint them beforehand, or you can paint them once they're in place. And then I used a triangle and a trapezoid to do the bay window roof. I painted that as well. And I used coffee stirrer sticks for the stairs, pieces of the clothing tags for the front light, for the lights and the chimneys, pieces of the red coffee stirrer stick for planters, plastic packaging for inside of the door, and some little pieces of pieces of paper for wood boards to cover some of the windows. I kept some of the broken glass as glass, and then everything glued together looks like this. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Bye.